Life got you down? Feeling a bit frustrated? Not sure what to do? Well, you have stopped by the right place. Living Life Victoriously is your station for inspiration, encouragement, and refueling. Here we will discover together what it means to live a victorious life with your host, Victoria E. Henderson. I want you to know that you are not alone. So sit back, relax, just for a little while, and let's talk about it. Good evening, everybody. Hang on, let me get last fry. And let me share. Share. You guys come on in the room. Come on in the room where it happens. And also, let me get a little adjusted here. Oh, man, a little countdown came on, and I don't think I was quite ready, but it's going to be all right. All right, well, everybody's getting, come on in. Like and share tonight. Like and share. Let everybody know that Living Life Victoriously is on first show of the new year. Yes, let me see. Okay, I'm going to go that way a little bit. All right, just trying to get my lighting and everything together. You ever had one of those days where you just didn't feel like everything was together? You know, I know I had to go on the show and I don't know, just not feeling together, but I'm gonna get it together, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. It's gonna be all right. Take a moment and breathe. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna keep on sharing and welcoming you in. Welcome. Please come on in. Let everyone know that Living Life Victoriously is on. Give you a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna just hop on in and share. It's my first show of the year. Happy New Year and good evening. I guess I'm trying to just make sure everything is okay, and I need to stop fretting and let it be. Hold on. All right, let me just take a sip of my drink. Breathe a moment, and it's gonna be all right, right? All right. I'm not gonna spill my drink. I'm just gonna get a little sip. Oh, there we go. My mouth was a little dry, but all is well. All is well. Listen, Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We are in 2026. It's amazing. We are 26 days into 2026. How about that? How about that? And we're 26 days into 2026. And we are here. I am your host, Victoria E. Henderson, and you have tuned in tonight on ALH Broadcasting to Living Life Victoriously. We discuss on this show ways to walk victoriously. I am one that does not believe that we have to wait until we get over yonder and high in the sky in order to be happy, but that we can achieve happiness down here. And not only that, this show, I like to think, is a place where we can do that together. I may have information that you need. You may have information that I need. So if we get together and link up and walk this journey called life together, then it is a guarantee that everything is going to be okay and that we'd have a happier time. That we'd have a happier time down here, and that's where we will live. That's how we live victoriously, I think, by helping one another to make things happen. Now, I have on my shirt tonight, how is everybody doing with the ice and the cold? I said, let me put on a little something, something, something tonight with some sunshine in it. And my shirt says, what is it? You are my sunshine. You are my sunshine. And you guys certainly are my sunshine tonight. Just being here and being able to have the show, it always gives me joy, makes me feel good. So we are here again. Welcome to the show and welcome to 2026. How's everybody been? I was hoping that everybody has been okay. Um, we are watching tonight again on ALH Broadcasting on Facebook. And this show will be repeated this coming Saturday at 6 o'clock p.m. So if you didn't catch it tonight and you happen to watch a replay, just know it also will show again on Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Y'all, I got my new glasses. I got my new glasses on so I can see much better. These are my close-up ones. And so I'm always going to do a health advocate spot. Make sure you get your exams. Get your eyes examined. Get your teeth looked out. Now I'm bad on the teeth. Get your physicals done. Get your blood drawn. And if you need to go for scans, go ahead and get those things done because prevention is most certainly a cure. We're right at the top of the year. If you haven't had those things done in a while, now is a perfect time to schedule those exams and get yourself checked out. My time for doing glasses is in December. It used to be August, but somehow or another it switched over to December. So I got my eyes examined in December and was able to pick up my glasses a couple of weeks later. And so I got the ones that have the bifocals, and also these are my reading glasses, so I can see up close. So I got the computer close. I can see real good. I can see my notes real good. So I am, whew. Now listen, I want to also invite you to go to Tubi. I'm going to write this in the comments. I want you to go to Tubi. Church brother of mine has a movie on Tubi called Let It Play. And shout out to Christopher Neal Bailey on his movie. I believe it's his first movie, and he was able to get it on Tubi, y'all. Now, y'all don't talk about Tubi. I'm just proud. I am proud of the fact and giving him a big shout out that he was able to get his movie on this platform. Okay. I don't know how many of us have done a movie before. I most certainly, books is my lane. But I'm like, okay, trying to do two things at once. I'm putting it up there. Let It Play. Watch the Let It Play movie on Tubi. Um, he got to a certain number. I'm not sure of all the numbers tonight, but the more we like and share, the more we'll get the word out that we have a talented producer, director, actor. I know several of the people in the movie. They're also church family. And it's just nice to see people not only follow their dreams, have the dreams come true, and watch it in real life come to be. So, shout out, go on Tubi, watch Let It Play. Okay. I'm going to come back to that again. I am excited about being able to be here on Living Life Victoriously for a new year. I'm in the process of getting my schedule together. If you would like to be considered to be on the show, I want you to send an email to put that in here. Living Life Victorious. Hold on, y'all. Living Life Victoriously 1 at gmail.com. If you would like to be on the show or be considered to be a show, have a story that you like to tell. We love victory stories on Living Life Victoriously. Um, I like to show here how people have overcome. People living with things every day that we won't know, and how will somebody else be helped or no unless you get a chance to tell your story. So I want to use my platform for that. So you be able to tell your story, tell of the goodness of God, and tell what God has done for you. I certainly am um, going to do that. Going to continuously do that. Uh, Sorry, I found my straw, so I'm putting it in my drink, so I don't have to take the cap off once I want another drink. But if you would like to be considered to be a guest on the show, send me an email at livinglifevictoriously1 at gmail.com. Also, if you have any comments about the show, if you have a suggestion for a topic on the show, just any kind of feedback, just let me know and I will get back to you. I promise you that. So I think I've got all the housekeeping out of the way. Also, no, one more thing is that my channel is Living Life Victoriously on YouTube. This show is not airing live on that, but I will be uploading to that. If you go to on YouTube, follow, and I'm going to be doing more things this year on YouTube. Maybe putting out little shorts and maybe even little commercials about things that's coming up. My own book is coming out this year. Yes, See Me with Your Heart is coming out. It is a Christian love story about two people who just happen to meet and have no idea that life is going to change for them in ways they didn't even foresee. So I'm looking forward to the book coming out this year. There's no timetable on it yet, but I'm going to start promoting it. So and keep it in front of you. See Me with Your Heart. We want to be seen for who we are, not what we look like for on the outside. We want to be seen for our heart, and we also want to walk in our calling. And these two people who meet, their lives are changed in ways that they didn't even expect it to. So that is my novel is coming out. It was my first fictional novel. When I say I'm beyond excited, I am beyond excited. The premise for the book was given to me in a dream. I started it about 2.5 years ago, and this year it'll be 3 years. So this baby has been birthed, and it's time to push the baby out to make room for more babies coming because it's going to be a series. So after See Me with Your Heart comes out, then I'll be working to get out See Me Again. So it's going to be the See Me series. Y'all, who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk that at 61 years old, I would be doing this? But I just want to give somebody out there hope and encouragement. It is not too late. I didn't even know this was a dream of mine. I didn't even know I could write like this. But God has uh, stirred up the gifts. And so they're there, and I'm going to use them for whatever He says to. All right, now on to tonight's topic. This topic tonight, I was thinking, y'all, my little notes is not right. But hold on, I'm gonna try my best to pick it up and print it out again. It seems like the paper my paper's cut off. So, but it's okay. It's all right. That's we're just gonna pivot. We just gonna do. I'm gonna print out page 1 again, and the printer is right here by my hand, my left hand, and I'll be able to just get page 1 out, and I'll be good to go. Yeah, I got page 1. I got page 2, but I don't have page 1. So, what I want to talk about, I was laying here earlier today, and I was thinking of what could I discuss tonight? What topic would be good for the first show of the year? Wasn't able to come on 2 weeks ago. Wasn't feeling very well, but tonight, hold on. I don't want to fall on the floor. All right, I got it. All right, I am totally ready now. I wanted to talk about. I was looking at the news, and I was looking at um, things that was going on, and I was thinking, Lord, what can I discuss? There's so many things happening in the world today, and it just came to me. So tonight, I want to talk about two opposite things that can be true that happen at the same time. I was. It's a simple topic, but I believe it's powerful, and I believe it's going to help. Well, first of all, it's going to help me, but I believe it's something that we need to talk about, and sometimes we don't hear enough about that. How two opposite things can happen at the same time. Often in life we're taught that something is either this or it's either that. We can be strong, but not weak. We can either be happy or sad. We can either win or we fail. Good evening. Hi, I'm Nakayana. How are you tonight? But real life is usually this and that. We can be strong and weak at the same time. And I'm going to talk about me, for instance. I have arthritis. As some of you may know, I have arthritis and I have fibromyalgia. And I have the arthritis is literally in all parts of my body, heads to my head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I have arthritis in my knees, ankles, my feet, and lately the pain has, as in some days, been excruciating. And that means that I live every day with pain, but I can still walk. Both are true at the same time. Now, my pain is real, right? Pain is real, but my ability is also real. And I thank God for that those two things can be true at the same time. But it's not stopping me. It's not stopping me. While acknowledging pain, sometimes it isn't negativity. And continuing forward is not a denial. Now, let me say that again. Acknowledging my pain isn't negative, and continuing to push forward isn't denial. It's actually what both of the things and those things look like. And in life, we can also have emotional opposites. I can still be grateful and I can still be overwhelmed. And I find myself in that place lately. I am grateful. I am eternally grateful that I'm not in a wheelchair, but I am still overwhelmed with dealing with my pain level and watching some things that I'm not able to do as well as before. I'm grateful, but I'm also a little overwhelmed. Those are two things that are seemingly opposite, but they exist at the same time. Two things can be true, but they exist at the same time. And that's what I want to get home tonight. I can love my life, but still wish that things were easier. I can love my life, and I do love my life, and still wish that there were parts of it that were just a little bit easier. And this is really personal tonight. So, whew, I can be strong, but I still can be tired. So, I have to learn to always give myself grace. Give myself grace first. I am strong. I am strong. I get up every day and go to work. I work 8 or 9 hours and I come home and I'm tired. I can be strong, but still be tired. I can still be overwhelmed. I can still wish there were parts of my life that were easier while I'm grateful, while I love my life, and I'm strong. You don't lose gratitude by admitting that you struggle sometimes. Thank you, cuz I appreciate that. Nikaida said, thanks for the clarity. I appreciate that. Thank you. She said, I feel you. You don't lose gratitude by admitting that you struggle sometimes. I think that's being honest. Um, I'm still grateful, but there's some days that are just better than others. And today wasn't such a good day. If you had seen me maybe 45 minutes ago, you'd have said, there's no way this girl is going to be on a show tonight. But I got up and I got it together and slapped this wig on, put a little makeup on, and let's go. Because I noticed somebody, just like I needed this, somebody needs to hear this. You don't lose your strength by resting. And you can admit that there are days like today you're a little strong, not as strong as possible as you want to be. And you can admit that you need to rest, but you don't lose your strength. You don't lose who you are. You don't lose the blessings that God has given you by resting. Like I said, me is exactly, you don't lose. So, just to those are emotional opposites. Grateful, still feel overwhelmed. I love my life, and but still wish there were parts of it that were a little easier. I am strong, but I still can admit there are days that I'm just tired. And I have found myself saying I'm tired a lot lately. And so I'm trying to watch the things that I say. And I think this is what started this thought for me, that I know I've been saying I've been tired. And how can these things exist all together in me? I was a little confused. So I'm trying to, get it right. So now let's talk about healing and growth. Um, I can be in the process of healing and still have bad days. I can still be in the process of healing and still have some bad days. The bad days doesn't mean I'm not working towards my healing. It's just not such a good day. And so those opposites are in the same lane, but they don't take one away from each other. Two things can exist together. I can be doing a lot better and not be totally fixed. How about that? Not be totally fixed. And healing isn't always straight up. Healing is not always linear, like just one straight pattern. A bad day doesn't erase your progress. It doesn't erase the progress. Walking forward with pain is still walking forward. Let me say that again for all those in the back. Me, I'm in the back. Walking forward with my pain does not mean that I'm not still going forward. Each day I get up, each day I show up for myself and for others, I'm moving forward. Even if it is within pain. It's okay. It's okay. For that, we can move into fear and courage. I'm just trying to give you some things that are in the same lane. I can be scared and still show up. I can be scared and still show up. I remember when I first started this program about 2 years ago, I was nervous. I was really nervous. And I may not have showed it. I wasn't shaking like that. But my thought, who is going to listen to me? Who, this frail girl, lady, this I'm so full of contradictions, all those things we talked about thus far. I'm so full of those things. Who is going to want to listen to anything I have to say? And it wasn't so much, you talk about imposter syndrome, where you don't feel like you're worthy. I really didn't feel like I had anything. Who will go listen to me? But God had to show me and tell me that, again, it goes back to where I was doing my blog. If only one person comes and tells me that anything I said on the show, anything I've written, my blogs, anything in my book has helped you. If only one person says it, then I know I've done what God told me to do, because I know that one person who told me about it, They needed to hear it. And that one is good enough for me. And so I had to say that to myself. It doesn't matter if one person, like tonight, Nakai, there's one person on the line. And it seems like she's resonating with what's going on. And if it was just for her, I showed up and I did what God told me to do. So in fear, encouragement, and encourage, I can be scared and still show up. And I've done that. So I encourage you to do that. I can doubt myself and still try. That is powerful too. I can doubt that I was capable of doing this, but I still tried. And each time I showed up, I found myself doing it just a little better, talking a little better, not relying just on the papers for my script. Talking from my heart became easier. And sometimes it's not easy because you're looking at the camera, you don't see people, and I want to be a blessing to people. And it's some days it's still not easy, but I'm still showing up. I can doubt myself and I can still try. Thank you, baby. I'm glad. Niketa says, yes, you are, cuz helping me with the show. Amen. Amen. We're going to keep going. Courage isn't fearlessness. Say that again. Courage isn't fearlessness. It's fear that doesn't get the final say. I love that. Courage isn't the fear that doesn't get the final say. I can be scared, but if I have courage not to quit, then I have fear that doesn't get the final say. And I am so glad I pressed forward and still went on with doing the show. I had been procrastinating for a while because the idea of doing Living Life Victoriously had actually been on the table for a minute. And I was I can't do it. Who's nobody gonna listen to me? But hey, we're here now. And it's fear that didn't get the final say. The fear that I had did not get the final say. God gave me the strength and courage to move forth, and it is well. It is done. That's right. Elder Hines, Andrea says, fear doesn't get the final say ever. Exactly right. Okay, now that we've talked a little bit about, some of the emotional parts of fear and courage, we've talked about healing and growth. I want to turn a little bit to the world, what's going on in the world. There are two things happening together in the world. And I was watching that today, and this is another reason why it always kind of came together. Pain and hope. Pain and hope are walking alongside each other in our world today. And my thought was, Lord, what can I say to give people encouragement? Because I don't have the answer. I don't. But we are living in a time where there's some hard things happening. Hard things are happening, but at the same time, there are deep acts of compassion that are happening as well. An example, we have people who have been killed by ICE. We have people who have been found dead in these detention centers. People being snatched from their homes, away from their children and their babies. And it's hard to talk about. It's hard to understand that this is happening. But at the same time, there's hope. There are the monks who are walking from Texas to DC, giving a message of peace and showing the world that love is still in the scene and that it is not hopeless. And that's what I want to point you to tonight. That yes, those bad things are happening, but look at the monks. We are still having hope. They have, even in the cold and the ice and the snow, they walked through Raleigh yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, the day before. They are still on that mission to spread hope. And they started the mission, wanting nothing, asking for nothing, but just wanting to show the world their hearts and that they're walking for peace. And they want to spread the message of love and peace throughout the world. So, yes, there's violence in this world, there's loss of life. We have systems that are failing people. But acknowledging that pain is not being negative, it's staying attuned to what's going on, it's being awake. You're awakened to the fact that others are suffering. You have empathy. But at the same time, those monks are walking for peace. They're walking quietly, they're intentionally walking one step at a time. They're doing it. They're doing it. People have come out, and I watched somebody's video yesterday. It was so quiet. It was really quiet as the monks passed, and the monks were just, the quietness and the peace that seemed to be out on that highway in the cold. It was beautiful in comparison to the ugly videos we're seeing. It's just amazing that these two opposite things, violence and peace, are walking together. Pain exists, yes, but people still are choosing love. Cruelty exists, but compassion and peace hasn't given up. And that's what gives me hope. And I hope that's what gives you hope tonight, that it still is in the world. Peace doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's just one step in front of the other as the monks walk. I saw a clip also yesterday where the monks stopped and there was a woman on the side of the road. She had oxygen. She was sitting in her rollator chair. She was sitting in her walker. She had oxygen in a blanket. The monk stopped and he laid his hand on her and he was praying for her. And I was just blown away by that. And it came right on the heels after I heard that the Alex Preddy had gotten killed by the ice. It's y'all. Peace doesn't always roar, but sometimes it just limps. And I don't have much for you tonight, but I hope that as we've talked about these opposites that exist in the world, and as we ended up with talking about what's going on in the world right now, that you will have a sense of renewed hope in the world, that is not all lost. Donald Trump does not have the final say. Evil is not going to have the final say, but we know that God is going to have the final say. So in your corner of the world, try to exhibit peace. Try to be peace for someone. And that's all that God is requiring us to do. I said, I don't know how to fix all those things. I don't know how to stop ICE. I don't know how to do that. But I do know that I love the song. Y'all know me in music. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. I may not could walk like the monks could do. I can't walk like that right now. But I can talk to you about it tonight. And when I show up at work, I cannot let everything that's going on around me get inside of me. And I become confused. And when people walk up to me, I'm looking angry and upset. I can be peace and try to spread that peace to everyone I come in contact with. Elder Hines said, we can all play a part one day at a time, one random act of kindness at a time. Exactly. I got to put that up on the screen. She says, we can all play a part one day at a time, one random act of kindness at a time, one episode of living life victoriously at a time. Exactly. I love that. Thank you for that. And so tonight, if you're hurting and hoping, tired and trying, scared and showing up, you're not broken. You are human. Life isn't either or. It's layered. Life is layered. And you're allowed to exist exactly where you are. Okay? Remember that. Two things can be true. like I said at the beginning, two things can be true at the same time. I also think of in grief. You are sad, but the love remains. We're sad that we're missing our loved ones. We're sad that we can't be with some of our loved ones, but love remains. And that is what I want to show through living life victoriously for the year of 2026. Love remains. The love remains. And while some of us may feel a little powerless, um, to help all the world problems, you can do something to brighten the corner where you are. You can do that. You really can do that. So, Nick said, "Thank you, thank God for this tonight. Thank you." And it's truly being God. It's all God, because I woke up this morning not even knowing what I was going to talk about. But this really pressed on my heart today as I watched the news. I watched, people who were having trouble. There's people that were having trouble in the storms, snow. There were some people across the whole country. Maybe about 22 people died from the storms, the cold and icy weather. And, while maybe not didn't happen in our area, someone's loved one um, did not make it. So those two things are opposite too. We are safe and warm, but somebody is not. And I just don't want us to be hopeless. God would not have us be hopeless. And I think that's the significance of watching those monks. It's just not a coincidence that they are walking for peace right now, and that they're going to end up in DC. I pray God's protection upon them, that nobody tries to hurt them. It's been peaceful and beautiful thus far. And I pray that they reach their destination and that they're okay, that they don't get sick, that, these extreme temperatures don't bother them, because what they're doing is so powerful. And people need this today. They really need to see this, that somebody has in their heart to do something for somebody else at sacrifices for themselves. They're not asking for anything. They just want to show that peace is the way. And I think they've changed people already along the path. So fear not, guys. Fear not. Fear not. God is with us, okay? And I'm saying that for myself, especially. Fear not. While I have pain, I know that God is with me, and there are plenty of things I can do, from sitting down and living life victoriously is one of them. I am grateful for this space. I am grateful for ALH Broadcasting. I am grateful for Andrea Hines, who believed that I could do it, and who spoke life into me when I didn't think I could. And so I am grateful tonight. And that's what I'm going to try to continue to use this platform for, to give hope and encouragement to those that need it, and say what God would have me to say. So that's really it for tonight. I am excited about what God has in store for us in 2026. My mantra for this year is, it's going to be better, because I am going to stay focused and intentional. Focus and intentional. Focus and intentional. So it's got to be better, because when I keep my focus and I'm intentional about what I want to be the outcome, it's going to be better. Okay. Again, join me each and every month on the second and fourth Mondays. Victory 2-4, Victory 2-4, second and fourth Mondays of each month. And I'm excited. I know I'm going to have some good guests. I'm going to be able to talk to you about some good things. And God has good things in store for each and every one of us. That is really it for tonight. Thank you. Naketa says, love you, cuz. Thank God for you. I love you too, darling. Mwah, mwah. I love you too. Thank you for tuning in. And when you watch this on replay, I thank God for you too. You may not have a chance to watch it, while it's live, but I thank you for tuning in. Please like and share. and come on back. ALH Broadcasting has some wonderful programs. So I think just about every night you could find something that will give you hope and encouragement. Living life victoriously is just one of the programs. And also, don't forget to go to Tubi and watch the movie Let It Play. My church brother, Christopher Neal Bailey, will love you for it. Tune in. Let it play. Let it play. We're going to keep pumping up. Let it play. All right. Good night, everybody. And I will see you the second and fourth Mondays next month. Valentine's month, the love month. Let's see what God has for us next month. All right, everybody. Good night. Stay safe. Stay warm. And most importantly, live life out loud. Live life on purpose. And live life victoriously. I'll see you soon. I pray something you heard on today's show has helped you and has given you the encouragement to keep on pressing. Let me know your thoughts. You can send me an email at livinglifevictoriously1@gmail.com. Also, for more inspirational content, you can check out my blog called Still Waters over at wordpress.com. Walk in victory daily and join me the second and fourth Mondays of each month. Remember, live life victoriously.